We're interrupting regular programming with an update on the mass shooting at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. A massive manhunt is underway at this hour for an active shooter. Authorities describe the suspect as a man dressed all in black. According to the latest update from officials, 2 people have died and 8 others have been wounded, all of them now in critical but stable condition. There's a massive police presence on the Brown campus. Federal, state, and local authorities all searching for that shooter. Faculty and students are being told to continue to shelter in place. Brown sending several emergency alerts. People on campus instructed to lock doors, silence their phones, and remain hidden. Officials say the first reports of an active shooter came in around 4 this afternoon at the engineering building where a final exam was underway. The school's winter break begins 1 week from today, and just moments ago, Vice President Vance called the shooting terrible news, and President Trump spoke to reporters.
I've been fully briefed on the Brown University situation, what a terrible thing it is, and all we can do right now is pray for the victims and for those that were very badly hurt.
This is actually really sad, guys, and I'm gonna give a little bit of context on why, right? This has to be, for people that haven't been keeping up in the news, this has to be the 4th school shooting within the last 5 months. Let's not even get into historically, right? But this is the 4th school shooting, college school shooting, that is, in the last 4 to 5 months. Here in Atlanta, everybody knows about the Emory University situation where the shooter actually shot and killed a responding officer, and obviously he had a big tribute. Very sad situation. I think he had 2 kids, and quite frankly, actually one of the people that I rode with, because I do ride motorcycles, the guy knew him. That was like one of his close homies. Just chopping it up with him and him giving me a deeper insight to what's been going on with the family and, mourning the loss and what the mom is figuring out what she's going to do and ultimately how she's going to raise their child without their father in their life. But this is crazy. I think for the most part, it's majority, because I don't want to put a false narrative out there, but a lot of these school shootings also happen at very big Ivy League schools. Now, I don't know if anybody have ever put 2 and 2 together, but they always happen at very big Ivy League schools. And immediately, majority of the time when stuff like this happens, we see the universities try to play cover up, more so to protect their image and themselves than, in my personal opinion, the student, faculty, and staff, right? Because image is everything, and these universities gets hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars from government funding to, alumni. But it's just a sad situation. And he said 2 people killed, 8 wounded. And he was an engineer, or allegedly getting an engineer degree.
It looks like, and we'll inform you later as to what's happening, but it's a shame. It's a shame. Just pray. Thank you very much.
Let's get straight to ABC's DOJ, Homeland Security, and law enforcement reporter Luke Barr. Luke, what can you tell us about who law enforcement is looking for at this hour?
Yeah, Andrew. So law enforcement is looking for a man who is dressed in black, who entered the building just around 4 o'clock and opened fire. Now, there is very few details about
they know if he's white or black
person is, but certainly
or Mexican. They know the race.
Underway with federal, state, and local authorities all around the east side of Providence looking for this suspect, Andrew.
Luke, as we've seen in some of these videos right here on our screen, there's an overwhelming law enforcement presence at Brown. How complicated is this, given that the campus sort of merges into the city of Providence?
Yeah, it is an absolutely, large campus. It's a city campus. It's a campus that has one main quad, but buildings all over the east side, intertwined with neighborhoods, restaurants, and 2 main sort of thoroughfares, Hope Street, where this shooting took place. So it's a complicated, large, and almost chaotic scene up.
And majority of the time, what's going to end up happening is the guy's going to either get caught. Obviously, we're in a day of age now where you can't get away with anything. And that's another reason why I don't understand why a lot of people do what they do. Even outside of the shooting situation, you can't get away with anything. Anything. Like, technology has advanced so far from the mob days, right? You can't get away. So it's like, ultimately, this person made a selfish decision, knowing that their life is going to be over once this is all done, whether them finding him and him turning himself in, cooperating, or them shooting him dead. And so we really got to start thinking and understanding what is going on through the minds of the people that are ultimately sharing the same campus space as our loved ones. You can't even go to school and get an education anymore without fearing that one day somebody's going to shoot the classroom up. And that's something that now, in my personal opinion, we need to start doing deeper background checks for the people that we're admitting into these universities. We really do, because it's not going to stop. When does it stop? We can talk about gun laws and this, that, and the third, but ultimately we have to make sure that the individual is taking accountability, right? A lot of times, how do these people avoid the death penalty when it comes to these school shootings? When it comes to shootings, I remember when I was a little kid. Y'all remember the shooting in Colorado? The guy dressed as the Joker, going to see the Joker movie, and he literally, from the back of the movie theater, sprayed up the whole entire movie theater. I had to have been only maybe in middle school. They always plead insanity. They always plead mental illness, and they get away with it. But no, these people needs to be crucified. In my honest opinion, no more taking the easy way out. No more pleaded insanity, mental illness. No more none of that. None of that. Now, quite frankly, people will be like, well, everybody deserves a chance. What if they are mentally ill? Yeah, that could be the case. Could be. But that doesn't bring that person back. That doesn't bring that person back. That mom and dad is still going to mourn over their child, or vice versa. If a parent is killed, that child is never going to get their parents back. That's somebody's mom, somebody's son, somebody's daughter, somebody's dad, somebody's uncle, somebody's niece. You can't replenish life. Once you're gone, you're gone.
There in Providence, Andrew.
Earlier at the press conference, Luke, authorities said that they were hopeful to look through video, surveillance video, work with the FBI and federal officials to get a picture out of this suspect. How likely is that?
How do you already not have a picture?
The public help authorities in searching for this shooter who still remains at large?
And sometimes the media will also cover up and hide things to the public. There is no way somebody can go on campus with all the cameras we have, and all you can say is they're just wearing all black. Okay, let's say, for the sake of argument, he was completely head to toe, ski mask, everything. You could even tell. These universities, you have to have key cards to get into some of these buildings. You have to have key cards to get, especially if it's a dorm hall. If this happened in a dorm hall, you have to have key cards. You have to swipe your key. That's part of the security process on campuses. And I would know that because that's how it was for me at Kennesaw State and at the University of South Carolina. So you're not going to sit here and tell me that you guys don't know or can't quickly figure out who did this. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense.
Yeah, Andrew, they're going through the video now, and it could be as soon as tonight, but could go into tomorrow. It just depends on how quickly they want to get this image out. Of course, you heard at the press conference earlier today that they will try and put something out. Unclear when that is, but it's certainly they feel it's a tool to help catch whomever might have done this, Andrew.
Condolences to the families, to the 2 families that are lost. I'm praying that the 8 that was wounded, they get a fast and speedy recovery. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Sad situation. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Thank you for continuing to rock with me. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.